This might be one of the best sandwiches I've made yet, and it starts with the rosemary and sun-dried tomato focaccia that we already baked ourselves. Then we built it with roasted chicken, prosciutto, arugula, and a sun-dried tomato aioli. This is part of my weekly sandwich series where we build a new sandwich every week. First, we'll start with our house-made mayonnaise and turn it into a quick aioli. Add some sun-dried tomatoes, some fresh chopped rosemary, and we'll season it with a little kosher salt. If you make this a day or two ahead, the flavors really come together and start to develop nicely. Before we marinate the chicken, let's prep our garlic and rosemary. Mince the garlic nice and fine and chop the rosemary small so the flavor spreads through the chicken. These two ingredients make a huge difference in the final sandwich. Next, we'll marinate our chicken thighs. So we're going to add some fresh chopped garlic and rosemary, then toss the chicken with extra virgin olive oil, salt, the herbs, the garlic, and some fresh cracked black pepper. These will roast in the oven for about 30 minutes. You could sear them in a cast iron pan for a little more color and flavor, but we're just roasting them here. Now we can start building the sandwich. I'll cut the focaccia in half and get it ready to toast. One of the things I love about focaccia are all these little air pockets and bubbles in the bread. They create a really nice texture and they're perfect for soaking up the aioli. That's what makes focaccia such a great bread for sandwiches. Next we'll slice our tomatoes, and we'll get our havarti and prosciutto ready. At this point it's also a good idea to taste your aioli and make sure the seasoning is right. If it needs a little more salt, you can always adjust it now. The chicken is done, so we'll toast the focaccia for just a minute to warm it up. While that's going, I like to slice the chicken on a bias so you get bigger pieces instead of thin slices that tend to fall out of the sandwich. Once it's sliced, arrange the chicken on a pan so it fits the sandwich nicely, and then place the havarti on top and put it back in the oven. Just long enough to melt the cheese while the bread finishes toasting. I love the texture of this focaccia. We'll pull the bread out and spread that aioli generously over each slice of bread. Make sure you get some into those little bubbles too. That way you get these bites with a little extra aioli throughout the sandwich. Now that the chicken and cheese are ready, place them on the bottom slice of focaccia. Then layer on the prosciutto, followed by the tomatoes, and then the arugula. Drizzle it with a little extra virgin olive oil and season it with kosher salt and some fresh cracked black pepper. Finally, place a top piece of focaccia on, give it a gentle press to hold everything together, and slice the sandwich in half. And this right here is a proper sandwich. Everything is balanced perfectly. The saltiness from the prosciutto, the peppery bite from the arugula, and the flavor from that sun-dried tomato and rosemary aioli. All on this fresh focaccia bread. This one is definitely one of my favorites. It's hard to beat the texture of that focaccia. If you enjoy food like this is part of my sandwich series where we make a new sandwich every week. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We'd love to have you gather at our table, and we'll catch you on the next one.